Hey you, yeah you, watching the video right now, do you love cringe? Well, strap in, because the entire time I was making this video, I was trying not to fucking die of cringe. So yeah, try and enjoy it. So when it comes to cringy communities, what do you think about Undertale, DDLC, FNF? I bet one of them comes to mind. And how does it affect your perspective of the game? Does it make you hate it? Like it even more in some weird fucked up way? If you've been watching this channel, you would have known that I joined the DDMC because the community was dreadful and I enjoyed laughing at it. But today we're going to look at the opposite. We're going to look at a game that I used to really like, but the community made me hate the game with a passion, and that community is the FNF community. Now, I've already spoken about it before in one of my first videos. I feel like I could have gotten a video out of it, and so that's why I'm making this video. So let's get into the basis of the game itself before we dive into the community or anything like that. By the way, I'll just be calling the game FNF just to make it easy on myself, because I have a fat lisp. But that aside, the game came out on the 1st of November 2020. It released on Newgrounds, which is a very old site. It released 27 years ago. And Newgrounds was kind of like YouTube before YouTube came out. It was a way for people to make games, animations, and upload it for other people to see. Two of the most notable ones being Pico School and Tankman. Pico School being a point and click game about a school shooting, and Tankmen being about tankmen and cock jokes. Newgrounds was quite popular for a while until it started to die down in about the 2010s. You had a game come out every now and then, mainly being the Henry Stickmin games in the mid 2010s, but nothing massive. Well, that was until FNF released. From what I remember, the game was originally made to be entered into some sort of Newgrounds competition. It was a very simple game, something you'd expect to be coded in about 2 weeks. But the art style was catchy, the beats were pretty good, and the vocals were okay. The game would get positive support, and they would continue working on it, making a few more weeks, which are like the levels in the game, in featuring popular Newgrounds characters, that being Pico, who I mentioned earlier, and the others being Skid and Pump from Senor Palo's Spooky Month series. The game was made on the Haxflixel engine, and they made the game open source, so you could mod the game easily. You could go into the files, change the sprites to make it look however you wanted to. And this is essentially what jump-started the modding community, and this is what made the game rise to fame. As you can see on the trending graph here, the game came out on November 1st, but it wouldn't be until around April where it blew up. This essentially revived Newgrounds, as you can see by the graph here as well, for the search Newgrounds. But we're mainly interested in the community here. So the community started off very vanilla, fan art, all that shit. Mods were coming out. They were pretty decent, very vanilla for their time. You can't expect much when people are getting used to coding elements and stuff all like that. But it wasn't until this one mod come out that caused a major uproar in the community, and that was the Sky mod. And essentially it was based off an OC. Actually, I'm starting to notice a pattern with these OC mods. The whole drama was people were drawing all 34 of this character, and people couldn't decide whether the character was 19 or 13, because the person who made the OC said the character was 19, but the person who made the OC was 13, so there was this huge debate whether the character should have NSFW art drawn of her, which, like, if you're debating if she's a minor, it's probably best not to. Like, use your head, come on, no brain. And honestly, you could argue that it just started going downhill from there, because there was another drama with a YouTuber and mod creator having what can only be called a Pinto moment. And for those who don't know, a Pinto moment is grooming children, and it was constant. More mods getting into dramas because there were too many kiddie fiddlers in their ranks. Thing is, the game was never meant for children. It's on Newgrounds, for goodness sake. But children flocked to the game, and like I keep saying, where there's children, there's paedophiles. So obviously we had that issue. But the other thing is the cringe that comes with it. Because family-friendly YouTubers hopping on the trend, delivering clickbait, cringe, that honestly makes me want to pour bleach in my eyes. So obviously you wouldn't want to be associated with this stuff, which is what people started doing. So we had 2 nails in the coffin. Well, how about a third? Which was the oversaturation of certain mods. So back in 2021, a massive mod came out based off the Sonic.exe creepypasta, which I'm pretty sure the person who wrote it was a nonce or something like that. And it was even funnier because this mod got into a controversy where the fucking mod team leader was a nonce. It gets worse constantly. I don't know how to describe it. But anyway, it blew up because it had a lot of effort put into it. So fans started making their own renditions of the mods, and it just got really oversaturated. Constant mods of the same concept, and it just got boring. It was the same thing every fucking week. And I think it made people appreciate mods less in a way. Yeah, we'll go with that. And it's still happening today, unsurprisingly. The annoying thing was, when you had a decent mod in the works, like Hypno's Lullaby, and one of my personal favourites, the Baddies mod, which perfectly captures the kind of style that you'd expect from a Newgrounds game, that being it's obviously not for children. And it wasn't, but it got cancelled because they stereotyped a Hispanic chick or something like that. I'm not even joking. Like, you literally love a mod that was made by a pedo, but then you cry over a mod that stereotypes someone. Where's the logic, man? And the final nail in the coffin was probably there was no updates coming out. There hasn't been an update for the game in the past 2 years, I think, because they are focusing on making the full game. There was a Kickstarter and it blew up. They promised everyone a lot of shit that is obviously going to take a few years to work on. So they're working on that, and they're not really bringing an update out yet. However, if there's one thing I want to praise, is the creativity. You have managed to make a basic game into something a lot bigger, adding new mechanics, completely new original songs, original characters, stories, a whole bunch of shit. Which is why I liked a lot of the mods back in 2021, early 2022. But unfortunately, the bad outweighs the good now. To see a game lose that much popularity, it's kind of sad, but it is what it is. It's the internet. Nothing lasts forever. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I know this is kind of out of nowhere, but I wanted to get another video out before all my exams come. So that's what I've done. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Oh yeah. And how the fuck did the only DDoC based FNF mod not get into drama? Fucking hell, Captain Oreo, Dirt Thief, start taking some notes, man.